Hey guys, I'm currently doing a reading vlog that's just about the Narnia series, so this may not even end up anywhere, but oh god, you can see all the water on my shirt from brushing my teeth. Don't look. There's other things going on in my life that don't pertain to Narnia, and I know that's gonna be a long vlog, so I wanted to do one on the side. Hey girls! First, to start off with, this past week at work made me debate why I work. It was really bad. So I got home Friday night and I knew I just wanted to pick me up. And I haven't reread this book in several years. It's called Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too by Johnny Sun. If you haven't heard of this book, I don't even know that it gets buzz anymore. I could be totally wrong, but this came out in like 2017, 2018. It's like a graphic novel with like 6 words per page. It's about an alien that gets sent down to Earth to like learn about humans, and then instead encounters a bunch of animals, and he talks to them all to like understand Earth. It draws a lot of parallels between humanity and poking fun at the absurdity of humanity from an outsider's perspective. For example, there's a lot of scenes where he talks to like an egg and he's like, you're so concerned about what you're going to be. Like, why don't you just be happy with who you are right now, or like define who you are? And then he'll like talk to a beaver that's like, I have to build, I have to build. So his whole life is just consumed with the next project. It's just very sweet and endearing, and I just wanted something that I knew could make me happy, and this definitely did it. It offers so much sweet advice, and it's also funny because I read this when I was still in college, and so the things that I related to then about like being afraid of the future are now things. It's 6 years since I've read this, so now there's totally new things that I'm identifying with, you know, as someone who started a career, and I feel very like Vienna by Billy Joel right now with, oh my god, what am I doing with my life? I need to do something incredible. Some of the nuggets of wisdom in this I just have bookmarked, like, the truth is we all achieve greatness, the only difference is the size of our audiences. And then when the alien has to leave at the end, it's talking to the tree and says, I'll have to leave you soon, I'll miss you. And the tree says, but we'll always be with you. We internalize traits we observe in others as a way to honor and remember them, so we are all living memorials. This is just such a comfort read for me because it's sweet and it's funny, and I really needed it, so rated that 5 stars again. It's an easy 5 stars. Highly recommend this if you need to pick me up. And then I also have a book haul because I received my birthday present from Bonnie in the mail, and I requested this book. I got this for her, and it's been a couple years and she hasn't read it, and I'm honestly curious, so I had her send me back The Silent Patient. This is one of the most iconic, I don't know if it's considered like mystery or thriller, but one of the most iconic in that genre because the plot twist in this is apparently really good. I know nothing about it, and I never read mystery thriller, and I feel like I should do a video where I read a couple of them to decide if that's actually the case. So, book haul. I got this. Now I have to go in a little bit because I'm going to volunteer at the library, so I might take you along and give you a couple clips, but sometimes I'm too shy to film. Well, oh my lord, did I score at this bookstore. Then afterward I headed to the farmer's market, and I have a farmer's market haul. Man, it's been a good day today. Turns out all that takes is not having work. I'll start with the farmer's market haul because I need to clean off my counter. Why is there a bra on my counter? I live next to a really cute farmer's market, and it has a bunch of like local Texas produce. And now that I'm not struggling financially, every time I get produce from Walmart or Aldi, I'm like, this is ass. Why did I go here? Especially the recent trip I just did to Walmart. I'm like, I'm done. We're getting the Texas produce because hopefully it'll be fresher. I did bring one reusable bag and then realized that was not enough, so I have a couple extras. I spent $60, but it's because I also got honey, which was like $25. That's in here somewhere, I don't know. Anyway, first I got a pack of peppers. They're not pickled, unfortunately, sorry Peter. It does have a purple pepper though, which I've never had before. That's kind of fun. I do have like a vegetable pasta I'm making, which is what a lot of this is going into. These are 2 zucchini and a summer squash, and choosing these made me realize I have no idea how to pick good produce. This is a bag of spinach. I'm upset that some of it comes in plastic. I can't decide if some of this is a good deal or not. It seems kind of expensive. I don't know. It was like $2.25 for 2 cucumbers, which I think is good. This is one massive thing of romaine. I've never seen one so huge. I can't, this is one. So I need to chop this up. It looks like it's already washed. It's very watery and clean. I love fresh vegetables. The fruit there is crazy expensive. For instance, this cantaloupe was like $6. Also, I don't know how to choose a good one, and I just got one from Walmart that was crazy terrible, so now I'm scared. I'm gonna cut that up right now and see if it's good. I'm in a big cabbage phase in my life right now. If you haven't gotten into cabbage, get into cabbage. I kind of want to do a separate video just about cabbage. Completely non-book or vlog related. I've been buying some dinky little value bags of Honeycrisp apples, and finally I've gotten back into buying like the giant ones that grocery stores sell individually. So this was like $7 for 4 apples. Love that for me. What's in here? Oh, they were selling Texas peaches. I didn't even know Texas made peaches. But I love peaches, so I got some of those. They had like cherries and strawberries and stuff, but I didn't want to spend another arm and a leg because, as I mentioned, $23 went into this thing of honey. That's the produce haul. I'm trying to be the kind of person who eats produce as a snack. Traditionally, I have not been a fan of cucumbers, so the fact that it's an addition to my life now is startling. Do you want some? You wouldn't like it, it's spicy. So I've started doing like the Asian marinade for cucumbers. And I like it this way when it's like spicy and soy saucy. But this is again using a cucumber from Walmart that tasted like nothing. So let me see if these are even good or if I need to remake this. It's all right. Whoa, it's spicy. I think I put too much vinegar. It needs more soy sauce. But anyway, I made a sushi bake for dinner last night and it was really good. So I'm probably gonna heat that up for lunch and have it again. Then I need to chop all this produce and put it away so it won't rot. Hi friends, my bed is a mess because I've been doing hauls and not making it, so ignore all that. But I got home a couple hours ago from doing errands, so I'm good. I'm set up for the week. I have gas, I have all the meals that I need. I got stuff for my cats. Like, there's nothing I'm gonna need to go out and get. I just feel like I'm so overwhelmed with what to do because my apartment is so messy. I have to do like 3 loads of laundry after this. But one beacon of light in the darkness is that I picked up some books at the library. That time I got drunk and saved a human, and then like 2 inches away on the other shelf I saw The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. So I wonder if these two go together. The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. Oh, that's the first one. Okay, I don't have the Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf, but that one comes second. So I'm happy I saw this afterward. I have always just giggled at the title of these, and I've always been interested in reading them. Black women are underrepresented in fantasy, and I just like can't help but smile when I hear about this because I know it's gonna be so fun. I'll probably return this then, but I really want to give this one a shot. I have no idea when, because God forbid I have enough books, especially because I also picked up this, which, there is not one situation on earth where I would have free time to read this in between a volume of Narnia or the Bridgerton series or whatever. I don't know when I'm gonna read this, but it's top of mind for me right now. And checking out books from your library helps them. At least that's the lie I'm telling myself, if that's not true. Speaking of, have I said take a shot every time I mention Lord of the Rings from now on? The Lies of Locke Lamora is not a new title to me at all. I remember, does anyone remember Sam from Thoughts on Tomes? She might still be making videos, which would be embarrassing if I just talked about her like she was only a booktuber back in the day. But Sam from Thoughts on Tomes loves this book. And I remember like in the 2010s I got a copy because she had raved so much about it. I was interested in it, but I know nothing about it and I was not interested. I finally discovered after having a copy, not reading it for a couple years and getting rid of it, just wasn't interested in high fantasy. This frequents like best high fantasy books of all time lists. I have no excuse. I just want to read it. And this is like a very worn copy that's like soft and buttery, so thank you Public Library for offering me that. Also, this was on the staff recommendation shelf from Marcy. The second I just thought about turning off the camera, I immediately got overwhelmed again. I have so much to do! And I'm gonna be at my parents' all day tomorrow for Father's Day, so I'm not sure how much I'll update for the rest of the weekend, but I have stuff I gotta do. I have so much junk in my bed I need to clean up. Okay, we have to go. I have a lot to do tonight. Hi! It's been like a day since I recorded all that you just saw, but I kept the book haul ready to give y'all. I really can't just do a whole library book haul every time I go there because A, I'm not gonna read them. Like part of me gets them as wishful thinking. It scratches the itch of wanting to buy books, to just go to the library and pick up anything you want and bring it home, even though I'm not gonna read them anytime soon. However, I do have to start with the fact that my library's like bookstore section is fucking fire. I bought 6 books for $6. The first is actually for Bonnie. I found this copy of Circe and I was like, that's going home with me to go to her. I also found Find Me by Andre Asselman. I did read Call Me By Your Name. I thought it was okay, which makes me feel stupid because I wish I loved it. And this is like a companion or prequel or something like that. I was just like, this is a gorgeous, like, unread copy. I got And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This is my mom's favorite book. I've never read Agatha Christie. This is a really cool copy, so $1. Also, ding, 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 nerd alert. Clive Staples Lewis has me in a chokehold right now. I don't even know what this is. The first book in his space trilogy? I didn't even know that existed, but it's like 16 pages, so whatever, $1. Also, I have never heard of this, but I cannot, this is just the coolest cover and I just trust her with my life. Margaret Atwood. The coolest copy ever. And then my boss's favorite book, or one of them, The House of the Spirits by Isabel, I don't think it's Allende because she's Spanish. Allende? So those were the 6 that I bought with money. So I know I just said that I go to the library to get stuff for free and totally contradicted myself. The theme of this video and of my recent videos is I'm chasing the high of watching the Fellowship of the Ring and all the Lord of the Rings movies, and I just want to be into high fantasy. I've decided, why don't I just do this before I see The Hobbit? Because I've never seen any of the Hobbit movies. And this was written before the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I don't think that's news to anyone watching this, but I got The Hobbit. Okay, shut the fuck up. And did I also get the Fellowship of the Ring? Yeah. Which it's funny because I went on Goodreads and I actually did mark this and Two Towers on Goodreads because I skim read them on audiobook in college for one of my fantasy literature classes. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this now that I have a frame of reference of the movies. And then on the topic of chasing the high of high fantasy, I fucked up the YA section, okay? The YA section at my library is upstairs, which means I never go up there, but I had to go print something. And I was like, while I'm up here, let me peruse. And I was reminded that YA has a lot of staple fantasy classics. By classics, I mean things that have come out in like the past 5 years, but still. Hi! Bye! God, who remembers The Finnegan of the Rock? I owned this the longest time ago and never read it. I think because the main character's a dude. I don't know. Was it good? Let me know. I've read Graceling before, but my best friend Bonnie just reread this for the first time this year and is obsessed with this series, so I feel like I need to give it a reread. That's not the first time I've rehauled that from the library and then not read it. Also, where have I been? I never read Children of Blood and Bone. As I said a little bit earlier, Black women are underrepresented in fantasy, so there's so many options now for like African folklore inspired fantasy. I know this one is just one of the most popular examples, but I gotta dive into that too. And then this one is not related to Tolkien. Is it Tolkien? I keep calling him Tolkien, but I think it's Tolkien. A man who only wrote 3 women into the entire series does not deserve to have his name pronounced correctly. Hold on. Okay. The other book that I got is The Scarlet Veil by Shelby Mahern. I accidentally just opened this and saw the names of all of the characters of her previous series. So she wrote the Serpent and Dove trilogy, which I loved the first book. And then I reread it and I was like, oh, that was okay. And I thought this was a new fantasy book by her, but this is the same world. It's like a spin-off about a different character. Who's gonna tell her that her other series isn't that great? I know these characters' names, but I do not remember what they did in the previous book. So I don't think I'm the right audience for this. I thought it was like a totally net new book. Should I just try? I feel like I wouldn't be giving it that good of a shot. Bonnie always makes fun of me because she says whenever I haul books, I immediately just start reading the first page. Yeah, because I want to see what I got into. But see, my problem is I liked Serpent and Dove. I didn't like it enough to reread the whole series just so I can read this. So again, let me know what you thought if you read it. Cool. That's the book haul. I'm now going to turn on Narnia music so I can read. This is Emily. She's visiting from Chicago. Do you want to plug a Twitter, Instagram?
My Twitter is Emily Generic, and my bookish Instagram is emily.docs, as in like Google Docs, like DOCX.
I'm just nodding, but editing me is just going to put it in the description. So we have been doing the full tour of Dallas Fort Worth. Part of that being book people is that we've gone to several bookstores, so I don't have any reading updates whatsoever, but we do have a book haul. Do you want to go in like order of how we got these?
Sure.
Because this was first, right?
Yes.
We both got copies of The 7-Year Slip.
The 7-Year Slip.
By Ashley Poston.
By Ashley Poston.
My story with this is I saw one person say it was their favorite book of this year, and I don't even subscribe to them, but I trusted them blindly.
I am with you. I've heard a couple people say that this is a new favorite romance of all time. I've read The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, and I ate that shit up. So I have really high expectations for this one. And if you hate it, which I'm scared of, I'll be right back.
I mean, we did buy one get 150% off at Barnes & Noble, so it was like, the girl checking us out literally went, oh, buddy read.
Buddy read.
So we'll see if we end up reading this together. But, I don't know, I've never read anything by her and you have. But
yes.
I'm trusting blindly. I've heard really good things and you enjoyed her other thing.
Yeah.
Then we had a Dallas day in which I Googled like bookstores in Dallas. And one of them was this one that I'd never been to called Deep Vellum.
And I wanted to smash all the employees, so I got talked into
literally. These employees there, by the way, if you're in Dallas, I had never heard of this, and it was, how would you describe the vibe of the bookstore? It was like anti-capitalist.
Publishing house built in.
Yeah, like translated work.
The coolest books, if you are in the mood to go find a book that you've never heard of, which I feel like it's sometimes kind of hard that if you engage in a lot of bookish content, whether it's like on Book Talk or on BookTube or on the Book Twitter or Book X, hate that.
Is that a thing now?
Like if Book Twitter was, if you're in the mood to like find something that you've never heard of before, this bookstore is really, really great.
And the employees were like, let us know if you have any questions. And we were like, can you just find me books that are this? And they would like go bouncing around the store like, this one.
I want their channels.
Yes, literally. So we both, I don't want to say got conned into buying 4 books, but we both got 4 books because it was buy 4, get 40% off.
Yes.
So my total was like 70 and went down to 45.
Yep, I think I spent about 40 as well.
It was a steal. Well, we can start with this one because we both got it. This is, I'm also the same. I got 3 out of 4 books I'd never heard of. We both got this book called Cecilia, I'm Gonna Get Demonetized. I don't remember how they explained the premise of this. They just started out by saying that the opening scene of this book is someone like listening to someone else piss in the bathroom, and then they just become like obsessed with either that person or like someone new that comes into their lives. And it was just described as like weird women, and I love books with that vibe of like unhinged main characters.
It's short, it's a novella, and the back describes it as dealing with violence, love, and the ghosts of girlhood friendship, which like, I'm nutting.
Oh my god, is that rain?
That's what, how you liking the rain, girl?
It just started pouring and we're watching Twilight after this, so can you tell? So I think that's the only book we got that overlapped. One of the things that I had asked was, do you recommend books by any Palestinian authors? And one of the employees recommended this poetry collection by Naomi Shihab Nye, which I have read from her before. And this was her most recent collection. A poetry collection.
I got this. You've maybe heard of it. It's called Brokeback Mountain. Actually, I mean, everyone's heard of the movie Brokeback Mountain, which I didn't realize that it was based on, not even a book, but a short story that was in the New Yorker, something like that. And put over whatever the correct thing is. Insert right here.
I'm not gonna do that, but
okay, cool. I'll kill myself. But this is the novella that the movie was based off of, and I've actually never seen the movie before, so I think it'll be really interesting to read this first. And I've actually, the store employee who I wanted to make out with said that they were actually a little bit different, so I'm curious to know what they changed because this is so tiny, and I feel like I'm interested in how the storytelling differs, so I'm gonna hopefully read that on the plane home.
Compare and contrast. Oh, you're gonna
whip out Brokeback Mountain. I'm not gonna watch the movie on the way home.
I'm excited for your journey, literally.
Yeah.
This one actually you can probably help me with because I went off of instinct because the vibes were there. So this was one of the display books, You Exist Too Much by Zaina Arafat, which is also a Palestinian author.
It's about a Palestinian, I think American woman. If it's not American, it's Palestinian Canadian, but I think it's Palestinian American girl who has a sex addiction, and it kind of talks about her experiences with love, dating, addiction, all of that. I read it a couple years ago, and it was one of my favorite books of 20 something.
There's so many blurbs that call this erotic, which it's not like a romance book.
Yeah,
erotic,
it's not like
but
smutty or anything, but it is interesting to listen to a character's experience with sex.
Your turn.
I have so, should I do two? I have a lot in here.
Yeah.
All right, the next one is trash, literally. It's my autobiography.
I was like,
this one is translated from, oh, I'm not sure. But this one is about 3 different women who come and use this trash can and how their lives intertwine with one another. And I'm very, very excited about this. I am very curious. And also one of the women is a trans woman, so I think that's going to be awesome to have that representation.
because you specifically were like, give me queer books.
I'm
right?
like, give me queer books, give me weird shit. And they're like, I got you.
They were like, Brokeback Mountain?
They're like, Brokeback Mountain. And then
I feel like we're doing like What I Got for Christmas 2019.
What I got, yeah. And then another book that I got, which is another queer lit fic. This is about, it's called The Red Book of Farewells.
I love that cover.
I do too.
So
and this was another one where it was $20 for a hardcover, which was not bad at all. This is set in, looks like 2002. It's about radical politics and queer relationships in Finland at a time when it was illegal to be queer. So
that recently? That's crazy.
Yep.
The last book that I got is actually one that I had heard of. I could just read this from the library because I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but I'm so curious. And this was like the first thing I grabbed when I was like, I gotta support the store, and I just couldn't put it back. This was in their books that'll keep you up at night section. Yeah, and I know what this is about, and based on other people's reviews, I know that that is true. So this is like a horror book about, I think it's like humans are sold as meat. And it's like an alternate dystopian maybe universe where it's just like very gory, and like the ethicality of it is so fucked. And then also like the descriptions of that is just not cozy. So I don't know. I feel like I want to take on the challenge of, is this book gonna gross me out? I don't know if it's like body horror or just like the idea that like you have no humanity for other people. I don't know if PETA sponsored this or what the actual moral is behind it.
No, Gail did.
I have no idea what to expect, but I'm so curious. Let me know what you think about this if you've read it.
And then the last thing I got was I found an ARC outside of the store. Not like on the ground or anything, it was on a shelf.
In the gutter.
It's called We Could Be Racks.
We
Racks?
Are the rats.
We Could Be Rats by Emily Austin. This author also wrote Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead, which is one of my favorite books of this year. So this is an arc of her latest one that I believe is coming out, I think early 2025. And it's about 2 sisters, and it's a love letter to childhood, growing up, and the power of imagination. So I really love Emily Austin's writing. She writes a lot about mental illness and queerness, and as somebody who experiences both, I love her prose.
I love that. The title alone, I'm like, rats.
Rats. And a fun Easter egg about this book is I think a homeless person used it as a sign. So
I shouldn't be laughing. That is like, I think you like tried to tear it out, and I was like, that is a priceless artifact. I would never get rid of that.
And I have full respect for them, the fact that they used it and then just put it back.
Right. Like, where has that book been? I need the story. I need like, it has like a Chef Boyardee kind of story. I'm like, where has it been rolling down the street?
And then finally the last book I got was at a different
I was gonna say, okay, so then we went to one last like independent bookstore in Terabang Books, if you've been there, Texans. And we each got one book because we went there 20 minutes before closing and felt bad.
And I got The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. I don't know a lot about this other than the fact that it's steamy, cozy romance or romantasy. Steamy, sapphic romantasy. The Honey Witch is cursed to never find true love. Same. But when she...
The prophecy.mp4.
If anybody is single... Hey.
I've had this channel for 10 years and it has not helped me. I've been trying.
But when she meets a young woman who doesn't believe in magic, she dares to hope for more.
Wait, okay, now that I know the description, I'm like, should I have bought that too?
I'll send it to you. It was good.
Oh my god, we'll trade. Okay, well then I also got one book from there and I don't want to hear it.
I've never heard of that author.
Me neither. This is a completely new book for me. No, this is the third book in the, I don't even know what the series title is, Woven Kingdom series. But this had a signed first edition sticker and I'm delusional and I'm like, this looks like my signature. It looks like a WA. So I was like, it's for me.
And when you get your credit card stolen because everyone knows your signature.
That's how credit card stealing works. No numbers needed, just the initials.
Just the signature.
I've read all of them except for this one and I've now forgotten what everything, yeah. But it's her Persian fantasy inspired series. Persian inspired fantasy series. It's slayed a little. You know, like the TikTok audio, it's like a minute slay.
A minute slay.
Yeah. And that's everything. I just wanted to hop back in because it's been like a week and we've had adventures. I'm sure I'll put like a clip of what we got up to because I recorded a couple things. But this is Emily and that was our book haul. Okay, bye. That's all. We're gonna watch Twilight now, can you tell?